whenever you guys are ready.
So was it everything you thought it'd be?
And more. Yeah, and more. I hadn't been in, and I was just saying to somebody, I hadn't been in 2 or 3 months because I wanted to see the finished product. I didn't want to come back every week. Kind of wanted to be surprised. Boy, was I surprised. It's beautiful. The university did an amazing job.
What was going through your mind when you first walked in here? You said it's been a little while. When you walked in here and saw this space, what were those first thoughts?
Yeah, I was amazed at how beautiful it is. I mean, it's really beautiful. The kids are all, half the kids are upstairs saying they're not leaving here. They don't even want to go home. They just want to come here in the morning, work out, and hang out. So I think from that standpoint, it's really going to be a good thing for the team.
In the growing landscape, college athletics getting more and more competitive. Talk about how important it is to have a space here at UC.
Yeah, you can. I mean, it's hard to put a number or value on it, but I mean, you can't play major college football anymore without this. Compared to what we had, I mean, I've been involved. I've been a fan for my whole life, but I've been involved kind of financially and really involved here for about 25 years. And what we had 25 years ago wasn't even acceptable to play at the back. It was, you know, we didn't value athletics then and what it could do for the university. And I think the last few administrations here have really valued what happens in the community, in a greater community of Cincinnati, but also in the student body. I think I could get this number wrong, but I think when we played in the Orange Bowl, the number of applications to school went up like 13,000 or something, because people were watching on TV and going, that looks like kind of a cool place. You know, that may not be, not that all 13,000 of them came here, but it got people interested in the school, and it's reflected now in the fact that I think Dr. Pinto said last week we had 54,000 students attending here in one shape or another, attending school at this point, which is, who would have ever thought 30 years ago we would ever have 54,000 students?
Being deep-rooted with UC sports, like, did you ever think something like this would be on campus?
That's a hard one to say. I mean, I didn't know where it was going. I thought when we did the first practice field, that was pretty good. You know, I didn't particularly like the bubble, but I thought the first practice field was pretty good, and it certainly compared to what we had at the time, which was nothing. We had 100 kids trying to practice at a different stadium every day, which is pretty hard to do when you're trying to practice defensive team, you're trying to practice the offensive team, you're trying to punt, and you're trying to practice kickoffs and practice field goals, and you got 100 kids running around on one field. Pretty difficult. So yeah, I thought that was pretty cool. Did I ever think we'd have this? I'm not sure if anybody thought we'd ever have this.
Besides the investment, what kind of input did you have, if any, on anything that came about?
I'd like to take credit for a lot of things, but I'm not taking credit for that. The school is really known for its architecture department, and it was the school architects that did that. I will tell you that as soon as I saw the plan, I gave it my blessing. Like they showed me the outside plans 2 years ago or something, and I was like, it looks like the Sydney Opera House. Like I was like, is that where we're really going to practice football in here? Yeah, no, I can't. I have so much respect for the university and what they do here and how they've transformed this campus over the last 30 years. Not just sports-wise, but all the buildings you see on campus, it's just amazing.
Think you can get in here to work out some?
I think they'll probably let me in, but I don't think they'll want me in. I don't know if there's a weight low enough in there for me. I'd like to try out the sauna and the cold plunge.
As someone who's also a fan of this program, how gratifying is it for you personally to see the evolution of Cincinnati football over the last 10 to 15 years?
Yeah, really, it's been, there were some corners turned into my eyes. It's when we hired D'Antonio. He set kind of a baseline of recruiting. And Brian came in and, an excellent coach, but he took a lot of the players that D'Antonio brought in here, and there were some really good ones in there, and he got them to play in a certain way. And look, second year Kelly was here, we went to the Orange Bowl, which is, if you think about what we were doing before that, I mean, if anybody remembers, you would remember what the locker rooms and the weight rooms looked like 30 years ago. It was almost embarrassing how I don't know how people recruited into here to get. Now it was a different day and time, but I mean it had to be difficult to recruit into here because I mean the facilities were not good. They are now though, and not just this, but the locker rooms over here, the basketball arena, the track and field. I mean, it's amazing. And what we've done with Nipper to put suites in and whatnot, it's amazing what's happened here in the last 20 years. It really is.
What have you heard from Coach Satterfield about this building so far?
He loves it. Yeah. I mean, I think it'd be hard not to. Yeah.
Anything else? All right, thanks, Larry.
Thanks, guys.
Thank
Appreciate
you,
it.
Mr. Sheakley.